Good morning, everyone. So today is Monday. Monday is a day that I don't see clients, and usually is my cook day. So today is going to be about cooking and making bread. We have a friend of ours, David. He's coming over, and he comes on Mondays and Tuesdays because he's putting in a bathroom for us. And we pay him in bread, eggs, and golf days with my husband. So we are very happy to have a bathroom. And certainly with that payment arrangement, that fits our budget just fine. So this morning I'm going to make some bread. We're going to start, he loves classic white bread. Apparently his grandmother used to make classic white bread when he was growing up, and so he has very nostalgic, happy memories about that. And the Martha Stewart classic white bread recipe is the one that I have found that I've tried a handful of times, and it seems to work really well every time. I am by no means an expert bread maker. I am new to the pastime, but it seems to be pretty easy, pretty fun. I enjoy a lot, and I enjoy feeding people. I like to make good food that people enjoy eating, so it works for all of us. I will give you guys a tour of the bathroom in just a little bit. I'll take some video of that and put that in so you can see where we are. It's going to be a half bath, so it's just going to have the toilet and the vanity. They're going to be working on putting in the window today. Well, I'm going to make some bread, and then we also have Bible study tonight. Monday night is our Bible study night, and so we have friends coming over for that, and we rotate food. It's a potluck style, so we alternate. One group brings dinner, one group brings sides or drinks, and then the other group provides dessert. So I believe we are on dessert duty today, so I will double check that, and if so, then I think I might make a coffee cake, because coffee cake sounds delicious. Thanks. See you guys. All right, as promised, here is the bathroom that we are adding in. So obviously you can see where the 2x4 wall is going to be. It's rather messy because of course it's under construction right now. So this is going to be Gabriel's bathroom, and that'll be his doorway. That's his bedroom on the other side of that. So we'll have the window, obviously will go in there. Then we'll have the vanity will be right there, and then the toilet actually is going to go over on that end. So this was extra space that was in the master bathroom, and so we're just taking some of that, about 4 feet in, a little over 4 feet in, and then that's where we're putting in the bathroom. So we'll have the light up there, and we'll have the switch, and so all the basic stuff you need in a bathroom. We're looking forward to it. All right, we've got our supplies ready. We've got our flour, rapid rise yeast, which is typically what I use. You can use the other yeast, but I like it when it rises faster because I'm impatient. I have my dough hook for my KitchenAid, the bowl, the measuring cup for the warm water, our tablespoon, teaspoon, our bench scraper, butter, and honey. You don't see the salt here, but there will be some salt in this recipe as well. All right, welcome back everyone. So I have the ingredients assembled. So now we're going to get started in making our bread. Now, something you should know about me, which first let me say there are some construction noises in the background. Like I said earlier, they are working on building the bathroom. So hopefully it won't be too distracting or too loud. So when I use recipes as a guideline. I am not really strict with the exact measurements, which people say you shouldn't be able to bake because baking is so precise. Baking is not exactly as precise as people say that it is. What is more precise with baking are ratios. It's not exactly a teaspoon or a tablespoon. It's the ratio that you're going for. We live at a high altitude, so we're about 6,000 feet up here, which means we have to modify recipes for the altitude. So typically that means that I need to add more flour to whatever recipe that I might be making. When it comes to bread, what I've found, because we have a very dry climate, it's high desert up here, is I usually need to add more liquid than I expect by quite a lot. So anyway, as we go through, we will talk about that. I am going to get my warm water first. So let me get my I actually double recipes also, so because we have so many people, we have a household of 6, we have the 4 kids and then Dennis and I, so I usually double everything even if I'm making it for someone else, because if you've already got all the ingredients out, it's way easier to just keep cooking than it is to start again. Alright, so the yeast has been working, activating, growing in the honey and warm water. So we're going to add some of the flour. This recipe is already done for 2 loaves, but I double it, so we're going to get 4 loaves out of it. So that's going to be 2 for our bathroom and then 2 for the family. So let me get that mixing in my KitchenAid mixer, and then I'll show you what the dough looks like. Now the dough is still rather wet. I've added in a fair amount of the flour. I'm going to put in my melted butter right now. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in and then have it mix a little more. And then I'll have it in the KitchenAid. I will have it do most of the kneading right in the KitchenAid. So then I'll just pour it out on the counter right when it's done and add a little bit of flour and then put it back in the bowl. Oiled. She uses butter for the bowl. I use a little bit of oil instead, but I do butter the bread pans pretty generously. So let me get that here. I'll show you a picture of it right now. So we've got that going. So we'll get our mixer on and we'll put in our butter. It is still going to need a little bit more flour because you want it to be a tacky dough, not wet, but a little bit tacky, and it is a very soft dough. All right, so there's what our batter is looking like, or our dough is looking like right now. So it's still a pretty wet dough, so this is definitely wetter than what we want. I've got my surface area floured. So I'm going to go ahead and dump it out and knead it for just a little bit. All right, forgive the background noise of the drill. They are digging, putting on the hole in the wall for the window. But I wanted to introduce you to Haley. Smile, Haley. It's one of my baking assistants. So this is her half of the batch. So she is going to knead that because our dough is looking pretty good. And then I'll introduce you to Caitlin, who's going to be doing that half. When she comes back, she had to go get pretty. Look at that kneading. Yep. Fold and push. Push with the palms. There you go. And take your fingers and pull it back forward. Good. And now push with your heels of your hands. Pull it back. And push. Okay, now turn it that way. Perfect. Fold it in. Good job. All right, here's our other, come on. Here's our other baking assistant, Caitlin. Hi, Caitlin. All right, so here's her half of the dough. All right, so now you're gonna knead that. Go ahead and dig in. I know you already washed your hands, so you're good. And pull back and push. Can you tell we've made bread together before? You definitely have. All right, so we'll get this kneading and going, and then we will set this to rest, and I'll show you what the dough looks like then. Okay, so we've got our dough ready. So I'm just doing a final knead for our tacky dough. The girls did excellent. So basically this is what your dough looks like, and it just feels a little bit tacky to the touch. So it's not exactly sticky, but a little bit tacky. So I roll it into kind of a ball, what that looks like. So we roll it like that, and then we're going to put it in an oiled bowl, and then we're going to cover it with saran wrap and let it rest an hour. All right, we're back to the bread. You can see that we have buttered our bread pans, and our bread is ready because we poked our hole and it did not spring back. So our dough has doubled in size. Here, squish in, girls. Here's the girls. There's Haley. Oh, where'd Caitlin go? She's running around. All right. So now we're going to push the bread. We're going to roll it out a little bit to about an inch thickness, and then we're going to fold it in thirds, basically in the shape of the bread pan. Then we'll put it back in the bread pan, and we will let it rise for about until it's about an inch over the edge of the bread pan. So 30-45 minutes. All right, there's our dough laid out. All right, squish it flat, Haley. All right, there's our dough. We're gonna flatten it out, and then we're gonna cut it in half because that's gonna be 2 loaves right there. And then we will fold each half in thirds and put it back in the bread pan, and then we'll let it rise. Good job. Okay, squish out that middle lump a little bit. There you go. Perfect. Okay, and now we will cut it in half. Bench scraper. Bench scrapers. This is a bench scraper. They're amazing. Okay, so this one, you're going to fold it in thirds.
Okay.
So you're going to fold this part until it touches about there. Good job. Then you're going to take this part and fold it over.
Next to here?
Uh-huh. All the way till this end is going to go to that end. Good job. And then we're going to take our bread pan, and we want it to be about the same width. So before we put it in, see how long that is? And we want it to be about even. So we're going to squish it just a little bit. Okay, that's good. There we go. Now we're going to flip it upside down. Okay, and now you're going to lift it, and you're going to put it right in the bread pan. Can you see it in the bread pan in the camera, Kate? There we go. Yep, and you want it to be about even in all the corners. Good job. Okay, we're going to do that with the other one, and we're going to brush the tops with butter and then let them rest. All right, so we have got our dough in the bread pans, and now it is going to rise. So we'll give that about 30 minutes to an hour, and then we'll show you what that looks like before we bake it in the oven. All right, we are back in the bathroom. A little more mess, insulation. Toilet is getting closer to where it will go. There's the vanity. And then let's see. Oh, we have window. Let's see. Oh, it's got a little plexi film so we can't see the view. So I'll show you out this window. There is the view from this end of the house. All right, it's very exciting. Bathroom has been a year in the making, and we finally got it. Here's Kate. She wanted to be in the video. Hi, Kate. Silly Kate. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there it is. Little classic white bread. It is fresh out of the oven and cooling. It looks delicious, and thank you for joining us today. It's been a pleasure. We'll see you soon.